Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. Wherever you are, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Got my coffee, and I'm wrapped up in a blanket, and I'm ready for some cozy Dragoon time. We're on, of course, our favorite menu in the entire game. The startup menu here, which is also the main menu. I love the music. You can barely see it back there, but I was about to load into our save. We're in the Zenebatos Law City. I'm hoping to do that whole city today. Maybe. It's fairly large and can be a little frustrating, so we'll see how far I get. Good morning, Mayor Emmy. And welcome in, Pedigan Paid? Probably saying your name wrong, friend, but you can correct me. Welcome into our community. Here we are. Yep, we're in the city. I'm just going to load that up and put us in the menu in the background there. So, hello everybody. I had already said I hope you're having a wonderful day, but I do indeed hope that. Last night work was pretty easy for me. It was nice. I actually got a full night's sleep. That doesn't happen often, but I managed to get in a little after midnight and got to sleep most of the morning. Hello, Scenaries. Welcome in. Good morning to you. You made it in time. We're about to do the Lost City Zenebatos in Dragoon. We're in Chapter 4. We're getting very close to the end of the game. This city is a little frustrating, so we'll see how it goes. Happy to hear work went well. It did. For once, it actually went my way, which doesn't happen very often, but I was excited for that. It's nice when it happens every now and then. So, Mayor Emmy, Scenarios, how are you all doing? I hope well. Love emotes. Oh, I love that emote. Seeing the hug emote just warms my heart. Let's see, announcements while we're on the screen, the startup screen. Oh, I do have some. I'll probably put this up throughout the stream if I can remember. For anyone who wants a Discord invite, there it is. So I'll be busy in the Discord for the next few days. I made an announcement there. I'll make another one later. Our server's changing around a good deal. I'm getting it all spruced up and fixed up. It's been, what would you call it? I don't want to say stale, but I've left it go far too long, so I'm trying to get a lot of work done. And any donations or money that I receive from Twitch over this month will be put into enhancing the Discord. I'm probably going to get a boost on that server. And I like to tell my community where all the funds are going, so anybody who donates over the course of this month to the channel, that's probably where the funds are going to go. I'd like to set the Discord up a little different. But I would encourage those who don't want to get pinged left and right. You might have to mute me if you join the Discord, because there'll be a lot of changing going on over the next few days. Tonight in particular, I think I'm going to be working on that after work. I'll probably spend a couple hours trying to fix some things up. I even added a little game for us. It's called Piggy. It looked like a little tactical battle game, kind of like a Pokemon-esque thing. I added that to the Discord, and I'm going to be playing around with that. Besides that, I don't really think there's any other announcements to make. So I'm going to switch over the scenes and we'll get started over here. I have a feeling this is going to be quite trying because you have to change the laws to allow our characters to travel through this area. There's our current team. We're all set up to do the Faust fight later as well. I'm hoping I'll make a separate announcement for that. That'll probably be a stream all unto itself. I believe our characters are set up pretty well to go through this area, I think. Oh, I only need one more Madness Hero and that's done. I think most of the characters were set up for the boss fight, so I'm just checking real quick. We did that in the last stream. That's all we were working on, were boss fights. Where's Maru in her additions? I haven't checked on our good old Hammer Girl. She did cap out Cool Boogie. Maybe while we're running through here today, I'll goof off and I'll just work on that one. We can get through most of the fights using the... It's a repeatable item I have that just crushes the enemy. I will warn, it's a bit bright. I try to warn people before it comes up. I don't know. What other equipment do you think's good for just farming around here? We did get her armor. I was very excited to get her blue armor from the shop here. I think we bought everything we could possibly buy there. Oh, maybe I should have gone back to the dancer shoes. I don't know. You can see we've been doing lots and lots of gear hunting. The reason I have so much money, I've been just grinding a little bit off stream, I should say. Over the weekend we did that. Oh, soft boots. I'm not really sure. Maybe some other character took the other boots I have. It was Miranda, because we were hunting down those. Okay, I need to get those back. I promise, we'll get to it in just a moment. I probably should have done this before the stream started. There we go. Now she's good and fast. I think Dart has the same resistance. Let me see. Let's give them the shoes too, so they can go really quick. And she won't need the heavy mace. We're not going into a boss fight right off bat. I don't believe. I'm trying to get everybody set up to get SP so they can max out Dragoon. I don't think there's any armor that this character can wear that'll help with that. Let me see. Battle Axe doesn't do anything for them. Armor of Yore doesn't really do anything for them. You know, I think some enemies here do stun and poison. Maybe I should wear the Armor of Yore. Okay. So, I think I'm geared up pretty well to do this. There's no real auto heal point, so I will have to be careful of that. Let's see. I know we have to change the laws. And I am going to look probably a little bit of a guide that I've been using, just because I don't want to get too lost here. I think we have to go to the Law Center. You are at the flying destination department. From the teleporting device, determine the destination. So I think we have to go to the, I think it's the legislation factor. Let me see. My friend John will probably be in and correct me on, I'll do something wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I think we have to go to this one first. The factory takes us, let me check real quick. I think the factory takes us to the shop, right? Ah, here we go. This is just a little store. I don't think there's much we need, but I'm going to check it anyway. Yes, we want to use the shop. It'll just take us a little time to get everything set up. I think I did buy the Great Axe for them. It's a stuns, so we have that equipped. I have one of every armor. I don't need all of these. What does this crystal do? Oh, it just states the law. Okay. So we're going to see here. It's not prohibited. Good, because I might need something. They sell your typical potions. I have 3 healing breezes. I've got 1 regular sun. Okay, I think we're okay in this department too. The only thing I might buy... you know what? We'll buy one extra healing breeze. Just in case I have to heal up in between fights. So we need to go to the Legislation Center. And I believe wait in line. I think John told me that last time. So, that takes us back out. In the last episode, we got arrested, actually, and Kongol saved us. It was quite cute. I like that. Ooh. Teleporting game. Oh, but there's chests up top. Oh, I see. We just can't get caught by those robots. We'll see if we can't snag some items while we're at it. Nope, these only go 2 locations. Okay. Let me watch that robot for a second. I gotta make sure they're not. Till we change the laws. It's a lot of trying to avoid. I don't know if you'd call that a stealth section, but it kind of is, I guess. Oh no! So we got arrested. We're gonna get teleported. Hello, Altazin. Good morning, friend. Welcome in. I hope your day is going well. Give Kongol a break. Sorry, Kongol. We got arrested again. Trying to get an item. I guess that serves us right. We're trying to get shinies. Casual Congo. Yeah. Oh, I love the big guy. Unless something comes up, I'm planning on using them for most of the game. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? Hold on. Can I get aggroed here? I actually hope so. I don't want that to happen while I'm... We'll reset our aggression. That way I won't get interrupted while we're trying to do this law center thing. Oh, shock. They're actually faster. Oh, well, that's not good. I hadn't figured them being faster. That should be the last Madness Hero I need. Maybe we will need the stun armor. Oh, geez. Now, I don't think this character has. I didn't think they had an amulet. Oh, wow. Kongol's new axe is very good. This might take a minute with Muru out. I didn't know the birds did that. Oh, hello, Chef. Welcome in. I hope your morning is going well. Thank you for that lurk. Oh, they actually missed. That's interesting. That will probably cap out Madness Hero, which is nice. And yes, I am using the War God's amulet because doing all of the skills all the time, it just hurts my hands. So I farmed up and got a couple of those to help me out a bit. Plus we get to actually see the animations instead of me failing them all the time. This one's a good one. I want to master it myself, but while we're farming points, we might as well just do it this way. Amusing lecture? Oh, this is interesting. I've never actually fought these. I typically just use the spell and move on. Okay, so they definitely all have SP now, if they didn't before. The gold here's good. XP's not bad either. Mainly, I just wanted to get the aggro out of the way so we can try and change the laws here. Okay, let's try this again. I want to get the items though. So we've confirmed our little location. Let's fly over there. And there's a couple boxes, and if you know me, you know I like the shinies. Those robots see you, they come running. Okay. Yay. Oh, I think you have to wait for that robot to be all the way up there. I tried to follow behind it, but I think they detect you if you do that. So you've got to wait for them to make that corner. Yes, you have to wait for them to make the corner or else they come right back to you. Oh, that's a shame. That's why I set aside the whole episode for Law City, because I knew that this would happen to me at least a few times. I hope that item's worth all these resets. Watch it be just a hill. I will get it though. Thankfully, the mobs here and stuff, it doesn't look like they trigger like in some of the other dungeons. Some of the places we've been, it's like every 5 paces and you get aggressed by something. Doesn't seem too bad here. Probably because you're using lots of teleports. Alright, try this again. Here. We go through there, which confuses the robot. Go here. Yeah, they come right back for you, so you have to wait for them to be very far away. If they're even remotely near you, they get you. I'm going to wait for it to go around the corner. It's going up. I don't know how I avoided that, but I did. Oh, it was just a burning wave? Oh, that's interesting. This one's just sitting there. Oh, it came after me. Oh, I have to trick it to come down here. Okay, I see. What a puzzle. Okay, so I have to wait in line. Yeah, I think you have to get into a line. License rejected. Next deliberation. Any objection to this bill? None, thus. And all then shall be possessed. Oh, I can't. It's going so quick. Little robots. You're too quick. Ah, here we go. Now we're in. For service, stand in the center. Is this a submission of a bill? Yes. I think we are supposed to submit a bill here. Oh no. Never mind, I think we messed it up. Oh, I have to go and stand in line again. That wasn't it. That wasn't the right answer. Oh geez. Welcome to the line simulator. I feel like I'm at the DMV. It's okay, we're next. Unless we get a problem robot ahead of us. Okay, we go stand in the circle. Yes, we're in the center. Hopefully this will work. Submission of a bill. No. I think we have to amend a law. See if that works. Is this a revision of the law? Yes. State the number of the article to be revised. Oh. Oh no, I don't know what the number is. What number are we trying to amend? Let me see if I can't find some information on that. Oh, wait. We could make it so that the robot policeman hereby suspended. Yeah, let's try that one. Even if we change the law, it is revised if necessary. State the number of the article to be revised. State the first digit from the left. Oh. So we're going to do the, let's see if we can't turn off the robots. That would be really nice so that I can move around here freely. Wingley Code Article 659. Deliberation on amendment. Trespasser shall be teleported to the jail. Wingley Amend Code Article 659. Trespasser shall not be teleported to the jail. Law production license is issued. Take this to the law factory. Next deliberation. Okay. So I believe if we go to the law factory, won't matter if we get caught now, I think. And I don't believe there was any items we missed. I just want to do it just for funsies to see if I can't actually bypass everything here. Did I do it? Just about. Haha, I figured you out. We won't have to do that anymore. I think this was the prudent thing to do, though, because we have to use that law office a few times. I think that's the whole puzzle here. We have to go to the law factory. Destination confirmed. Good. We can go right from here. We don't have to restart. That's nice. Again, welcome to the episode of legislation. Okay, so we go to the law factory. Ooh. I didn't expect that. Alright, we have to figure out what we're doing here. It's another one of these puzzles. That just puts us out on the side. Can we get the item? For some reason, they don't see you when you're waiting over here. Oh, nope, it came running at me. No, I wanted the item. Oh, this is why we have to write that rule first. If we don't do that rule first, we're never going to get through there. It's just going to consistently boot us back. I have the item, though. We just have to get back to that factory. It's also my fault for wanting to get to the items. Oh, let's see if we can't do this right. Yeah, friends would ask me, what did you do today? Well, I wrote laws in a book, in a game. We have to go to that law factory till we get this settled. Once we change this, though, the robots won't take us to the prison anymore, and then I can freely explore the city. There is a side boss here. I think they're the executioners. I really want to figure out how to trick you, bot. No! Oh, I was trying to get him further up. I just can't figure out how to trick him. You might not be able to get that item until you turn them off. Poor Kongo, because they can't get teleported. Oh. Yeah, I think we should just focus on turning the law off because I keep getting thrown back here. Oh, and we're going to be in a fight. To do the fight or not? I mean, this might actually be a good place to grind up money and XP. But they do a lot of damage. They're very quick here, too. Okay, warning, the Psy Bomb is very bright. If you don't like bright things, don't look at the screen. But I'm just going to Psy Bomb them. The fights will take too long otherwise. Goodbye. That was the best repeatable item I've ever gotten in this game. Maybe besides the magic satchel. Oh, total vanishing. Well, I think those are at least worth some money. I think they're worth more. Angel prayers aren't worth very much. I think the total vanishing's worth 50. I'll have to check. You can always buy the other. You can't. I don't think you can buy vanishings. Okay, let's just focus on getting to the factory and making this into a law. Then we won't have to deal with those pesky robots anymore. The aesthetic of this town is really cool, though. I have to say that. Oh, you know what? We should try and sell that. I don't need the total vanishing. They don't even work on special creatures, I think. Just in case we pick up items along the way, we should probably... let's see. I've got to make sure not to turn the shop off. I know that's a law. How much is it worth? Oh dear, it was only worth about as much as the angel prayer. Yeah, it was worth less, actually. That's fine. We'll sell those items off to make a little space. Spatial reasoning in this game is key. We only got 32 items. Alright, we're just going to see if we can't get to the teleporter. I definitely want to do the other stuff, but you can't until you get out of here. Not sure which is the right path here. That little robot's fast. Oh, look at that. I got a rainbow dress. We have 2 of those now. The good question's going to be, how do I lure this robot away from this? I made it. That rainbow dress was a really good find. Okay. Ah, here we go. Submit the law production license issued by Legislation Center. This should be it. Understood. Launching of law is required for enforcement of the law. Law launching license is issued. Take this to law launcher. Oh, geez. This is quite a process. A bunch of people had warned me that this is quite a process. Let's just get purposely caught. I know that sounds silly, but if you think about it, I either have to go through 6 teleporters to get to the teleport pad, or we just do this and we're right back there. And thankfully our friend Kongle made that nice little hole in the wall for us so that we could get out. Okay, so now we go to the launcher, because we've got that license. They made sure that this was quite a process. It should be considerably easier once we don't have to dodge the robots. I was just going to go ahead and do the storyline bit, but if we did that and we kept getting caught, this is already going to be quite a tedious stream. We'll break it up with some random combat, just so that we don't have to constantly stare at laws being issued. Oh, there's an item. Probably not wise to go after it, though. We really just want to get in there and launch the law. I said that, and then I went for an item. Ooh, a spirit cloak. Those are actually expensive. I'm kind of seeing a pattern to how you do these. You have to wait for the robot to be on certain sides. This is risky. Ah, there we go. Ooh, those robots are so pesky. How many times can I say that word today? Oh, I think we have to talk to this thing. You are at the flying disc station in front of the launcher. Wait for your turn. Do I have to do anything, or am I just waiting? Oh, nope, there's our turn. This city is such a... Oh, wow. Law lunch and license. This should be it. Understood. The law will be enforced. When the process is complete, step back. You are hindering fulfillment of quota. Complaints shall be brought to Law Factory. Okay, so unless I'm mistaken, I think that we did the right thing. We shouldn't be aggressed anymore by the robots. I think you still get aggro in the city, but you don't get the other. Let me see. Please tell me that this is immediate and the robots won't arrest me. Oh, they're not chasing me anymore. Yay. Gravity grabber. Oh, this means that we can just have fun now and run around the city and grab all the little items. Well, this is nice. A downburst. Quite happy with this. Oops, wrong one. Oh, yay for us. The robots aren't chasing us. Okay, so that took a little bit of time, but as you can see, necessary step. If we didn't do that, we'd just be sent to the prison, well, knowing me all the time. I would like to go back to the Law Factory, because we missed a whole bunch of stuff there. And there's no robots bugging us. Can I sell some of that stuff I picked up? I don't need it. Yep. Already capped at 31 items. I'll sell one of those. We typically don't need more than 2 raises in a battle. I thought I sold the total vanishing. Oh, maybe I sold the wrong thing. I hope not. I probably just had another one actually in my inventory. Let me make sure we did before I save. I still have the magic signet stone, smoke ball, pandemonium, magic shield, speed down, power down, speed up. Magic shield. They use the same symbols for some of these. I hope I didn't sell the wrong one. No, I believe it was a total vanishing. I was just making sure. I probably had 2 of them. Because I don't see it in here. I just see the speed up, power down, speed down, magic shield, pandemonium, smoke ball, magic signet stone, the psi bomb. Make sure we don't sell that. Doesn't look like I accidentally sold any good stuff. I've got 2 spots free. That ought to be enough to check the items. Just in case, I won't save over that other save, and I'll check it to be sure I'm not missing anything. Ah, there's an item. Spectral Flash. I think those are really strong spells. Good morning, Mr. Watts. Welcome in, friend. I hope your day is going well. The robot... Well, this one doesn't care about me anymore. Should be one more item here. Ah, there we go. Oh, a night raid. Let's see. I don't think we need anything else here. I just wanted to see what those chests were. Yeah, it looks like we grabbed all the goodies. Might need those in the upcoming boss fight. It's very well, just a busy one. Oh, what are you doing today, Mr. Watts? Lots of things. Oh no, a battle. Warning, I'm probably just gonna psi bomb it. If it's more than 1 enemy, I'm gonna definitely do that. It's 2. I might be able to take 1 down fast enough. We could use some SP. I just realized that a couple of my characters don't have enough. Now they will. Lots and lots of SP. Oh no, magic on Congo. That's gonna hurt a bit. It's okay, we'll get it all back. She won't take too long to get through it. Well, Congo can automatically take this one out, I think. Yep, there we go. That one is down. I only just realized our poor Muru. She's all beat up. Let's help that out. When you're in a wilderness area and you don't have or don't want to spend hills, I find the best way to do it is this. Now she'll get a whole bunch of blocks in. Yeah, because I don't think Dart needs to do anything, so they can help us by throwing things. And then poor Muru can get back up and do some things too. It's because they don't already have a lot of hit points. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's do this. And then this way, if it comes undone while we're healing, it'll have to attack Kongle. That helps. That should be good enough. Yay, Cat's Cradle. Emails, I am lost at a sea, and the only thing to drink is emails. Oh no. Mr. Watts, I can relate. Last night, after I got home from work, I'm like, well, I did get good rest, just so you know. But I did see my inbox was overfilling, and Gmail just demanded my attention. Yes. So yes, I can understand that. I had to just go through and purge out all the junk. Oop, nothing survives Kongle. So, can fully relate to that, Mr. Watts. Well, hopefully we can provide a little entertainment to you while you're lurking in here and doing away with those pesky emails. I suppose the next place we have to go is back to the Legislation Center. I need another license. Yeah, depending on everyone's point of view, this might be the most interesting episode because I have so much little things to do, or it might be the most boring episode. But it is a part of the game, and I have to get through this city. The boss fight's optional, but I do believe you have to do the city to get to Mayfield. But the robots are disabled, so it shouldn't take nearly as long. We don't have to scamper around them all the time. I do like that. They're very persistent. There we go. Teleport, teleport, teleport. This stage of the game is the DMV. Or whatever. Whatever your licensing department is in your state, that's what this is. It's the simulator for getting a license. In some ways, I think our real world getting permits and licenses is probably harder than this. Gotta wait in line. Should change that next, shouldn't we? I don't mind the waiting in line, that's not too bad. It's kind of funny. Oh, we're next. We're before the Senate, or whatever this is. Is this a revision of the law? Again. Yes, actually, I want to... They asked if it's a revision of the law. Yes, it's a revision of the law. Okay, let's see. What law should we edit next? We did do them. I'm trying to see what laws we can edit. We got rid of the apprehension. Intruders. Yes, we got that. Martial law being suspended. Incursion by humans into the city of Zenebatos shall not be hindered by the placement of monsters. After the party overcomes... Oh, we have to do something with that. We don't need the signet sphere. Waiting in line. Teleport to the city of Mayfield. You know what? Just for giggles, I want to disable the line. There won't be any more waiting in line. Oh, that's so funny. So we can disrupt them now whenever we want if we do this. I just had to. It's an option. Why not? There's actually a good many law things you have to do here anyway. I'm giggling because it's like it's not very important, but I wanted to do it. I do remember when I was a kid doing this. Oh my. So, when I very first came through Law City, it was during a time when the internet was still, well, I won't say it was new, but there wasn't quite the information. We have to go to the factory, right? Yes, factory. So, there wasn't quite the plethora of information online as there is now. So, I remember... I got to Zenebatos, and the only reason I remember this is because AOL chat played such a big role in my early teenhood, but I was chatting with one of my friends who had beaten the game ahead of me, and thankfully they remembered 2 of the codes for the game, one to disable the robots and one to progress the storyline, but I did accidentally lock the shop here. And that was really funny. They were talking to me and they said, oh wait, I think this is the code to continue the story. I put it in and it disabled the store. But I didn't care because all I wanted to do was move the story forward. But at least I had somebody that could help me because there wasn't, and I didn't have the Bradley strategy guide at the time. Welcome in, John. Oh, did you catch my little story about my friend giving me the wrong code? Oh, that was a time. I'm sure they got a good laugh out of it. I mean, I don't think they did it on purpose. I think they sincerely thought it was the right code. Soft lock the shop, love it. Yes, oh, you can unlock it? Well, I was quite young, John, when I played this the first time, and I didn't care. I got a little frustrated with my friend, and we were chatting back and forth on AOL chat. Yep, locked the store. They were like, oh no, that's not the right code. You have to go back to the law factory and get this and that. I think I'm going the right way. Yes, here we go. We didn't even have to do this section, John. I just thought it was funny that I can change the law. I have to go to the launching. Okay, good. Also, I'm curious what happens if you do all these laws. I've been lurking. It's one of those mornings. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, John. If it's one of those down mornings, you continue your lurk, friend. If I accidentally called you out of lurk, I didn't mean to. Was not the intention. I quite understand those mornings. Plus, are you at work, John? I think you're working right now. I slept early and woke up way too late. Oh, are you saying you overslept? I've done that before, strangely enough. Very rarely these days, but I have overslept in the past before, so I know what it feels like. It makes you very groggy. Oh no, you're late? Well, don't rush or anything. Make sure you're safe and you get to work on time, or get to work in a safe manner. Been there, and man, sneaking to work is hard. Oh yeah, when you sheepishly walk in and clock in and act like nothing's wrong, and just pray that the bosses don't realize that you're 20 minutes late. I've done it. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I would say I have a 90% track record of being correctly on time, if not early, to my jobs. But I have done the sheepish entry. One time, when I was working at Target, I got to work about 35 minutes late, and it wasn't really my fault. They called me in and scheduled me wrong. Anyway, I got to work, and when I realized I was 35 minutes late, the boss was sitting right near the time clock. So I dropped my bag near the break room, and I tried to hide. Like, I walked as low as I could past a partition. And I went over to the time clock, and then I looked around, and I'm like, I'm just going to act like I'm getting coffee. So I walked over, grabbed some coffee, and went up to the time clock. And they didn't look away from their paperwork. So I kind of stood to the side and typed my number in and hit enter and walked away. And I was like so excited, and I thought I made it away. And then they stopped me. And I was like, no! It's like when the principal stops you in the hallway at high school. Yeah, my brain totally shut down. It was just, no! That didn't happen. But it did happen. Funny to think about it now. At that point, I was panicking. I really did feel like a little kid who had just been caught in the hallway past their class without a hall pass. Oh, hello, Bohi. Welcome in, friend. How are you doing this fine morning? I once overslept for 4 hours. Oh dear, did you work on that day or have class? I absolutely woke up, called my job and said, oh, yep, I'm sick. You know, Bohi, you know. I'm not trying to encourage people to play hooky on their jobs and stuff, but if you wake up like that 4 hours late, in my humble opinion, if you slept 4 hours, you probably needed to sleep more than you needed the 4 hours of work. Let's be honest. Is that 4 hours of money worth more to you than your own health? Probably not. I know we sometimes like to think that way, but you can always make more money. You can't always regain your health. Now, I'm going to say something that might be a little hypocritical because I don't do it myself very often, but I do believe that if it's between your sanity and health and your job, the job can wait. So, in that sense, Bohi, I feel you did the right thing. You at least called them and confirmed that you were not going to be able to make the shift. And I feel that as long as you do that part and you're not just skipping out completely, you did the right thing, friend. We don't have to wait in line. Haha, you know what? Take that, robots. Take that. You know why I did that? Because I could. I did this for no other reason than I could. Yin Yin, welcome in, friend. Welcome, welcome, raiders. Oh, thank you for the raid, friend. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Good morning to you all, or good evening, or time zone, wherever you are. Welcome in. I am your host, Tinsera. I am a 300-year-old night elf who was a time traveler and interdimensional traveler, until I got stuck here in your modern-day Earth. But it's not all bad. It's been quite a pleasure. Finding Twitch has allowed me to interact with your species and learn about these things you call video games. So I welcome you in. Friendly reminder, this is a PG station, so leave the adult language and themes out of the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know you've been over at Yin for a while, so feel free to get up, stretch, lurk. We have a command, an emote, and a reward for that. I know how it is with raiding. Yin, you've probably been sitting for a long time and need to go. I completely understand a raid and run. So please, all of you who were joining them, feel free to get up, stretch, and hydrate. We'll be taking a little break soon anyway. But thank you again, friend, for the raid. Thank you for cleaning those gears. I love my shiny gears. Oh, we got Nepali. I love that song, by the way. Oh, thank you, Mr. Watts, for the raid siren. Oh, we've got a raid. Hello, Cormac. Welcome in. Welcome in. I interrupted myself, by the way. My brain just, I had a moment. My head just shut down a little bit. But thank you for the raid, friend. Oh, I know. Did someone get you a shout-out, Yin? Let me see. Probably not. That's okay. If you got one, you're getting another one. I think I know what you might have been playing, but, yes. Last played Shogi. How did it go, friend? Did you have fun? And by the way, I highly recommend if you like casual, very chill rooms like our own, that you go over and follow them, because they are a very, very nice person. They have a very relaxing stream in the mornings. It's a very nice place to go and visit. And they play a variety of board games that I enjoy learning about. Indeed, I'd probably know nothing about shogi or any of the Asian tabletop games if it was not for Yin. You lost your promotion match, but I'm happy to be streaming. Oh, well, I'm sorry you lost, friend, but as long as you're having fun, win or lose, you win. Shogi is a game that is even older than you. That is why they used to play in Japan before the video games existed. Ah, well, this is interesting. Thank you, Shogi Explained. Your name says a lot about this. Inquisitor Nem. Oh, a double raid. Nem raid. Welcome in, Nem. How was your stream, friend? I just got done welcoming in the Shogi group. Let me get you a shout out as well. Welcome, welcome, raiders. Again, I will remind all of you to get up, stretch, have a break. You all have been in other streams for quite a while, and I understand that you might have to go. Let me see what is going on. Hello, Fruity Spruce. Welcome in. Welcome, Cormac. Hello, Nem. How was your game? I got to peek in for a little bit, Nem, before you left. Puzzle Agent. That's the game that Keisher played. Shogi is crazy complicated. Hold on, let me, the music's grating on my nerves a bit. I love the music in Dragoon, but there's only certain ones I can stomach for an extended period of time. Yes, I got double rated. The red button's currently out of mana, so I don't think you'll be able to push it. I believe it was out of mana for the stream today. It might be back up and running later today. After all these cheers and people in the room chatting, it builds up a lot of mana, and then it'll be activated again. It is a shame. Sadly, the time machine that's attached to, it runs out of juice in between streams sometimes. Oh, you redeemed Whisper Time, Mr. Watts. Let me save the redeem, friend. I like to be very, very punctual with the redeems, but we're just about to go to break. I will do this for you as soon as we're back from our little break. Other words, I would refund it for you, but I definitely will give you all the whisper time as soon as I am back. And I'm trying to, if I missed anything, if anybody was asking any questions, please feel free to gently remind me. I just had a double raid, and a lot of information went by very quickly, and I missed some of it. I did want to go back what Shogi Explained said about the Japan, about Shogi being older than me. It is indeed. You'll laugh, Shogi Explained, but I came to your Earth during a time period when that game didn't exist, but they were still playing something very similar with stones, and it was quite intriguing. Sadly, I couldn't understand much of what they were saying. My translator was broke. It actually might be why I ended up here in modern-day Earth, because after I teleported from there, wow, that was a doozy of a trip. Did you manage to find the parts for your time machine? Oh, I have the parts. Some of them. But for the most part, I had to take apart a good deal of it to work on it. I've tried hooking it up so that I can find mana sources from other things, and indeed I've found that humans generate a good bit of mana when they're happy. So I'm running tests with Twitch. We'll see if I can one day generate enough mana out of the generosity and happiness of Twitch to get back to my own world. And for those of you who are interested in what Yin and I are talking about, let me put this up here. This is one of the best places to get an explanation of it. It's just a little site that keeps track of lore for us individuals who are unique on Twitch. I'm not alone. There's other time travelers out there that I've met. Let me see here. Yes, we just hit the hour mark. So I know everybody who just raided is probably taking their own little respite and break. So I highly recommend that everybody does that, because on our channel about once every hour, we like to take a small, short 5-minute stretch break so that everybody can get up and, well, take care of themselves. Necrodos. IHTG. I'm not sure what the acronym is for, friend, but thank you for the stream. Oh, I'm not going anywhere permanently. I'll be back. Unless you yourself are leaving. Oh, you have to go. Oh, well, thank you for... I'm going to guess you must have been in one of the raids. But thank you for joining us, Necrodes. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and be safe out there, friend. Oh, yes, from Unions? Oh, well, pleasure to meet you, friend. Make sure that you stay safe out there and have a wonderful day. So yes, we're going to go on a short little break, and I highly recommend everybody does the same. Oh, Saito just came in as well. Hello, Saito Sinkin. Working on art commissions, but I'm watching and I hope you all have a good one. Oh, thank you, Saito, for wishing us all a good day. Well, I hope your art commissions go very well for you, friend. You know, you're going to have to tell us what this commission is. I'm eager to see it. You've been working on it for some time. Hello, welcome back, Chef. Hope you are having a good day. Okay, let's go to the BRB. Everybody take a quick break. Enjoy chatting to one another on the BRB screen, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, I think we're back. Wow, I timed, talk about lucky coincidence. Yeah, like meant to be's and things. Just as I hit the break button on my scene selector, my dashboard decided to just completely crash. The chat closed, all my windows shut down, and the only thing that was operating on my desktop was OBS. So, thankfully, it seems to have held together. Not really sure what happened there. It was almost like the red button was hit. For a minute there, I thought maybe I had been sent back in time again. And I do apologize if I forgot any shoutouts. Having the 2 raids at once, not used to that. So I hopefully got everybody. If you all like Legend of Dragoon and games of similar nature, John Barry plays those. And while I've not been able to catch my friend Cormac Darkblade streaming, I really do want to. I know that they do podcasts. And I think they're on a little bit of a break right now, but hopefully one day I'll get to catch them streaming. Okay, I think everything fixed itself. I'm not really sure how. It's just magic. Again, when there's lots of people about on Twitch, some magic happens. You humans probably don't realize it, but you do have a degree of magic in you. It just seems it's been heavily suppressed by your society. Okay, where were we? Oh yes, we're stuck in this dreadful Law City. And I was attempting to go back to get a new law wrote, I think? Or did we already write it? No, we already wrote the law. I remember. The robots thankfully don't aggro me anymore. I could turn off random encounters, but I don't see a reason to do that. It feels very unnecessary. I suppose if you just don't want to get aggroed, but this aggro is not very bad. For the most part, I feel like this is generous. They let you run around a long time before you're actually attacked by random mobs. And the battles themselves are not very bad since we have the repeat Psy Bomb. Oh, I need to go back to legislation. We don't have to wait in line anymore, so that's a good thing. Oh, I told myself I'd be better about this. For anyone who wants to join us in Discord, I'm changing everything in our Discord, actually. But it is a good little community that we have there. And lately we've been doing movie night, and we've been watching and talking about movies, and it's kind of reminiscent of Mystery Science Theater. We sit around and debate the movies. It's been very fun. I'm also adding a few things to the Discord. I decided this month any and all proceeds to our channel will go to enhancing our little community there. It's well overdue for it. I've had the Discord, I think, for about, I think I started it about 3 years ago. And I've never gotten around to doing a whole lot more for it other than what we had for our ARC servers. And I do like to keep everybody informed about where I put the money, the donations to the channel. And so all of that is going to go to the Discord for this month. I would like to... Our community has been so nice. And I've met so many nice people here, and I want to keep up with them better. And I think investing in our community is the best way to do that. Yep, there we go. But there's the invite if anybody would like to join it. I'm doing a sneaky thing here where I heal up my characters. Hello, Yarnyland. Good morning to you, friend. I hope your day is going well. Am I doing well today? Yes, I am. I actually got a full night's sleep, strangely enough. I managed to rest up and got up this morning, had my coffee. I was in my friend Hysteric Moon's room watching some retro games while I woke up. But now we're stuck in the Law City, Zenebatos, which is probably one of the most boring parts of the game. I will not blame anyone for leaving today or just completely lurking this episode out, because it's basically a DMV simulator. I mean, at least I get to do a couple random battles in between. And you get to hear Maru scream Cat's Cradle over and over again. There's that. That's a plus. Big boy Congo, do it. Yes. I'm good. I'm just about ready to head to work. Oh, that's right. You work very early. Well, Yarnyland, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. Be safe on your way to work. And I hope that your day at work is, well, quick. I don't wish it to be busy. I'm not 100% sure. You've probably mentioned what you do for a living. But whatever it is, I don't want to wish people that it's busy, but at the same token, if it's not busy, then the day drags on. I know for myself, the truck nights, while they are trying and give me a bit of a backache, I'm very thankful for them because the day goes by so much quicker. Paperwork days are kind of slow and boring. Which, by the way, tonight is paperwork night. Actually, I just thought of something. So I know most of you know that I do logistics for a living, and I just realized here I am playing a video game in the Law City, Zenebatos, which is all about waiting in line and filing paperwork, and I have to do that tonight for my real-life job. I'll be sitting behind a desk and just looking at a computer screen. Joy. I get to do it in a video game and in real life. But you know, an elf has got to eat, so gotta do what I've got to do. It's not too early. It's 10:17 a.m. here. Ah, you're an hour behind me then. Easy solution. Wish them a productive day. You know, Cormac, thank you. That's a good way to look at it. So there you go, Yarnyland. What Cormac said, I wish you a productive day. Art imitates life? Oh, yeah, Yarnyland. I do believe that we've just reached the point of art. Oh, look, I can interrupt them, right? I just changed the law here. I don't have to wait in line anymore. Nope, I'm next. I don't have to wait in line anymore. Oh, wait, the law. Why is this still going? Ah, there it is. There it is. I was just going to say, we just changed the law that I don't have to wait in line anymore. Can you imagine doing something like that? I did this just because you could. But yes, Yarny, I agree with that. Art imitating life. It's a little scary, actually. Are we revising a law? Yes. Oh, I wonder if John's nearby. I'm not really sure which law I'm supposed to revise next. I knew about turning the robots off. I knew about disabling the line. I don't know, it's, like I've been saying, this is like a DMV simulator. And I do issue the apology for those of you. I really do not blame you for lurking, or even just tuning out today, because Zenebatos is kind of a boring place. We do have a boss fight here, if I can get to it. Oh, I have to figure out what law I've got to edit. I know that, I think it's 703 is the law that I need to move the story, but I don't really need that just yet. Well, I guess while we're here, we should get the license bill for 703. I do want to do the executioners, but I'm not really sure where they're at. Prohibiting non-winglies from going to the Signet Sphere. As a matter of fact, let me grab... I'm going to do something real quick, because I know where the problem exists. Before the law. I think we have all the items. Okay, and we're about ready for the main battle. That's according to the document that I was looking at. Art imitates life, and life imitates art. Very Tao. Indeed. I'm just writing a note down so that we don't lose this. Thankfully, I have a little pad that I keep open sometimes during the, well, no, almost always. I think I'm correct in this. I have to get this, I think this is the next one. Not sure if John is around. They'd correct me if otherwise, but... let's see if I can't figure this out. Tao. It's an Eastern philosophy and religion. It sounded very familiar, and I thought that I've bumped into that before. It sounds like yin-yang. Well, I can tell you that I'm a Libra, so I'm a big fan of anything that balances one another out. It's kind of funny, I don't really prescribe too much to the stars, but I do happen to fall in line with my sign. Actually, a bit much so. I think we have to go back to the Law Factory. Okay. Thankfully, after this, I think we get a boss fight. I think. Let's see. Beam up here. Oh, this city is such a trip. Alright. We've already seen this scene, I think, 4 or 5 times, because I got arrested once, so we had to see it again. Taoism is cool as heck. Oh, well, that would explain why I know a little bit about it. I accidentally knew a little bit about it. Oh, indeed. Real quick, I went ahead and Googled it. I want to look at the wiki real quick for this. You've piqued my interest, Cormac. And as always, we're playing Dragoon, we get sidetracked, but typically in a very good way. Refers to either a school of philosophy, thought, or to a religion. Both share ideas and concepts of Chinese origin and emphasize living in harmony. The book. Dao To Cheng. Continuing tributes. Ooh, I'll have to bookmark this. This is a very, very interesting article. Well, thank you. You know, I always say this, and one of the reasons I love Twitch, every day, I learn something new. Either from streaming, the games I'm playing, or the information that you wonderful viewers bring into my room. So I have to thank you for that. I've always admired the yin-yang symbol because, again, as a Libra, I always like things to be in balance of one another. And as a personality trait for myself, I tend to be that way. I tend to see things from both sides. I've always looked at it as a positive thing for myself. I very rarely rush to make a decision. I like to try and analyze the situation, look at what the other person sees, and then make a decision. What was I going to check? Oh, I know. Oh, Madness Hero still needs to level. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll leave it alone. I didn't realize that was still leveling up. It's okay, let's turn this in. I think this is the next law that we need to issue. We still have to go to the law launcher. We back off again to do some more paperwork. It's just a paperwork day. LOL launcher. Yeah, law launcher. They launch paperwork and laws at you. I don't know, maybe it shoots lawyers. I bet you Disney has one of those in their office. Sorry for the quib at Disney. I couldn't help myself. We have to go to the launcher. There it is, just so you all know. I didn't make that up. It is the law launcher. A whole city built to make laws. Fruity, how are you doing this morning, friend? I know I said hi to you earlier, I'm pretty sure I did, but I think I missed your shout out. West of Loathing? Oh, did you finish that game, friend? You've been playing it for some time. I was wondering if it went well. Up to the launcher. This whole episode is just me doing paperwork. You get to see a little peek of what it's like in logistics, because it's kind of like this. Except instead of teleport pads, I have phone calls to make. Every single one of those teleport pads would just be me ringing the phone. Oh, cool, I don't wait in line here anymore either. Oh, well, that's convenient. This should be it. Understood. There you go. I think we've just opened the portal that we needed. Breezy, I hope you were having a wonderful day, friend. Thank you for the lurk. What were you playing? I know you're lurking, friend. I'm just going to give you a quick shout out just to see what you were playing. I always like to keep up with what my friends are doing. Oh, you're playing the EA Sports. Did you get that for free? I just seen it was on PlayStation Plus. I'm doing good. We finished the Cowboy Stickman. Oh, you did? Oh, I'll have to go back and look at the VOD. I want to see the ending of it. Did it have a decent ending, Fruity? And I hope you had fun doing so. I think so, though. The last time I got to catch an episode of the Cowboy Stickmen, you were quite enamored with it. You were having a very good time with it. Oh, beaming here, beaming there. Here we go back to the beginning. Oh, I almost forgot. I missed Whisper Time. And poor Mr. Watts is probably not here anymore. I feel bad. I'll give them back their points. It's a dang good game. Yeah, it looked like it's got a lot of RPG, like very old school role-playing facets to it, and quite an intriguing storyline. I may have to try that one out at some point. I believe we go back to the teleporter. You're the best, Tinsera. Oh, well, thank you for that, Breezy. I don't know if I'm the best, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Do. Oh, I love this music. Oh, I can't save over that. I made a mistake earlier, and I'll have to go back and check it just to be sure. I'm going to go ahead and save here. This was just a farming file. There we go. I feel a lot safer because we just did a lot of work. I need to confirm if I do the executioners after the signet sphere or before. I can't remember which it is. I've decided that we've done enough paperwork and we should fight something. So, let's go, Muru. Go fight something. I love hearing that. Hello, Morgan. Good morning, friend. I hope you were having a wonderful day. Thank you for the lurk. Hope your day at work goes well. Oh, officially over 100,000 points? Wow, Morgan. You should screenshot that and put that in our Discord. My, that is something. I'm sitting here in awe. I never thought that I would ever have a viewer who could accumulate 100,000 points. Leave it to Morgan, the changeling, our favorite changeling, to do it. It makes me wonder if anyone else has done that. And also, anybody who's listening, if you like our content and you like a relaxed room to chill out in, please feel free to check out our friend Morgan. They are a changeling, and I love their lore, and I love their channel. They have some of the best rewards I've ever seen. And they helped me a lot with stream elements. Whenever I've got questions, I typically go to them. Oh, I'll get Madness Hero Cap. Just you wait and see. Oh good, it didn't stun Kongle. I'm very glad about that. I thought it would. Oh, I still didn't take it out. Thank you for the hugs, Morgan. I'm going to have to add a community challenge, Morgan, if you've got 100,000 points. I thought I had a pretty decent amount of rewards, but I'm going to have to add some rewards if people are stockpiling. UFC landed for free on the PSN. Oh, that's fine, Breezy. I know you were going to lurk, friend. I didn't mean to call you out. I was just curious, because I did see that it was free on PlayStation Network. And I was just wondering if that's how you acquired it and what made you feel like streaming. How is the game? I don't think it's up my alley, so to speak, but it does look like it would be a good free sports game. It's because I mostly lurk. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Morgan. I appreciate it. I love all my lurkers. My whole goal for the channel is just to provide a nice, relaxing room where people can take a break and get away from their real life for a little bit. I happen to play a game in the background is all. I don't think does Dart need to do anything else? Oh, yeah, I guess we should just keep going with Madness Hero. I can always block the last critter here. And I think she's still building up SP, which we're going to need because I do have a boss fight coming up. I don't know if we'll get to it. I'm going to try. Oh, John, you have 50,000? That's so impressive. What did it cast on poor Dart? I didn't pay attention. I don't know. Oh, arm blocking. I can't get SP. I think it was arm blocking. Oh, I don't have a way to get rid of that. I'd have to buy a potion. Should I buy a potion or should I just let it go? Oh, Kongle 900. Also, you can possibly increase the price of the points to get people to use them. Oh, I don't want to increase it. Because then, I don't know. I guess I could increase them. I think the prices are pretty reasonable for what I charge on the rewards. I just like having them there. I don't mind that people are bulking up their points. It's all good. You know, I haven't had a community challenge in a while, and I think that's why people are saving them. Because they know that there's one right around the corner, which there is, by the way. I do have one planned, I just haven't gotten around to putting it up. I will try to do that. Maybe tonight I'll do that. I am going to add at least 2 or 3 other redeems. Speaking of which, did that one get redeemed? Oh, it did. Okay. Oh, this takes us back to the Agalis? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could warp back there from here. I'm a bit lost, though. How do I fight the Executioners? I may have to look this part up. I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go next. Thank you, John. Do I do the Executioner, the side battle after the Signet? Oh, they're still... Oh, no. That's not good. I believe that poor character is still hurt. Oh, dear. I forgot to go back and get that item to get rid of that. Because I really don't want to farm up anything, because we've got all our characters loaded. There's a save point in front of Signet Sphere. No, it's the Executioners on the way. Oh, they're on the way to that point. But we're able to come back to this point, right? After the fight? I think they finally got theirs capped out, right? I hope so. Ah, yes, it does look like they finally got their Dragoon level back. I just haven't done Law City in so long. I'm shocked that I was able to get through the little bit that I did. No, you can't move, bird. I'm sorry. Do I need to end them or block? No, I'll just keep hilling. I don't remember if there's a hill spot here anywhere. I don't think there is. So we'll take this opportunity to get all our hit points back. Since there's only one little critter. Where is she? She's almost back to full. And Dart just needs to get that thing removed. But not a problem. Let somebody else go. Oh, Muru's healed up. Good. There we go. I'll just do some extra damage. I think Kongol's full healed. Well, thank you for the information, friend. I have to go back to that little shop. Dart has arm blocking, and I don't think I have anything to get rid of it. We are making good progress, though. Do you see the XP we're getting here? I wasn't really paying attention to it, but the random fights here are not bad. I'm glad I didn't disable them. May not get to the boss today. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping at least to get through the executioners. I'm not worried about money either. We have pretty much everything. We bought all the armor. Because I believe John said that we'll use it at some point. So it was probably a good idea. Ooh, those are all multi-attack spells. That's good, good, good. Let me see. I need to sell something. For all, for all, for all. For all. If it's a spell that isn't for all, I'd get rid of it. I don't need those. We'll sell that one. I need to buy a... I think it's a body. It was my fault. I didn't have my other armor on that I normally do. Yes. Oh no, it was despiriting. Oh, that might not work then. Oh, for shame. I did the wrong thing. Let's see. Use item shop. I'll just have to sell that off. It's okay. We're getting lots of money from the random fights. I was just saying that a little bit ago. Let me buy... I need a mind. Interestingly enough. Yay, their spirit is recovered. Very nice. Okay, so now we have to go. According to John, we're going up to the Signet Sphere. Okay, and we did write the law so that we could go up there. I'm so glad that I turned the robots off, though, that arrest you. Crazy little things were annoying. Let's go up. And this robot should allow me through now, right? The law prohibits humans from going to Signet Sphere. I know that, but it should be revised now. No revision has been received. Hey, you, can't you be more flexible? Maybe my spell is not that strong, but I'm here. Why don't you let us go? Oh, maybe I didn't do this right. The law prohibits humans from going to Signet Sphere. A world crisis is at hand. No interest in world crises. Interest only with compliance with law. It seems the produced law is launched, arrives, and then is enforced. Ah! I thought I did this right. I would read it all, but I think we just did something wrong. I thought I just took the law to allow me to launch there. Wingley amend code article 7. Yeah, I put 703. The law does not prohibit Wingleys from going to... Oh, it just took a while to get here. Is that what happened? Okay. I was going to say, I just waited in line. Yes, Great Court Signet Sphere. Kill the one on the left first. He insta-kills you when you kill any of the executioners. Oh, dear me. I will see what happens with that. The Signet Sphere should be in here. Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere, Signet Sphere. Dart, Rhodes, Albert, Arshel, Miro, Congo, and Miranda, total 7. Confirmed. Accused. Accused? What is it saying? You are at Flying Disc Station in front of Great Court. That's a waste to ask. Okay, here's a save. So is this a boss fight then that I'm going into? It sounds like this may indeed be a boss fight. Interesting. Well, that's good, because we've just done nothing but paperwork all day. Let me put some stuff on that will help us do the boss fight. At least I hope so. We're going to put that back on. I don't know if the red dragon armor will be any good. It depends on if they do status effects or not. I don't think they do. Increase hit rate for attacking. That might be good. Recover HP each turn. We could do this and then swap back to the sword. We have a very good sword. I think I will do that and make them the DD for the match. That should work. Okay, so they're loaded up. They're ready to go. While we're over here, we might as well go to Maru and get one that I can actually perform. Maru, what does she need? I think we were running her with the Phantom Shield because she just takes so much damage. Oh, I do have this for magic attacks now. A heavy mace, so she does more damage. Magical greaves. And her armor should be good. Yes. Kongol has a guard badge. Magical greaves, gigantic armor, great axe. They're already set. They didn't need to change any of their stuff, I think. Well, unless I'm mistaken, they're fully healed. And they look correct for the battle. So let's see if we can't do this boss fight. That's good, because I was afraid I wouldn't get to that. Actually, we're going to take a small break. We're just about at 2 hours, and I have a feeling that this next section, I planned on doing 3 hours today, so that's okay. I knew Law City Zenebatos is a bit difficult, and I knew it would go for a while today, so I tried to set the time up so that I could get through it. Let me see. So we'll have a little break. I highly recommend that if you're listening or out there lurking, that you get up and stretch for a bit. If you're at work, just take a moment to get a drink and relax. I'm going to declare our own little break time, because we're at the 2-hour mark. And I will put this back up, because I want to make sure that nobody misses a Discord invite. Lurk time to get ready for work. Have a lovely stream. Oh, thank you very much, Maremi. You have a good day at work, friend. If it is, if it's slow, Maremi, feel free if you need to chat or something to contact me on Discord. But I do hope that you have a safe and wonderful day at work and that it's productive, as Cormac was saying. I hope you have a productive day, that it goes by quickly. And I will be back in just a moment. So everybody enjoy the break music. Okay, we're back. Oh, hello, X. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for cleaning those gears. Let's see. I think we're about ready for this boss fight. I think that's what we're up against. Okay. John said to kill the one on the left. Well, we'll see if we can't do that. Where are we? It is the court of Zenebatos. It is the place where judgment is passed for non-winglies under the name of fake justice. And still now. Guilty, 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 guilty. Oh, it does look like a high court. Nomos. My name is Nomos. I am the justice. My word is the only truth. We are here to protect the signet sphere. Let us go through here. Accused, Dot, Rose, Albert, Ashel, Miranda, Meru, and Congo. It seems you know we are here for the signet sphere, and you are trying to intervene. Why? Accusation. The will of the creator, so... It's not working. Oh no. Is this manipulated by my father? Thus, death penalty is sentenced. Come out, winged executioners, Vector, Selbis, Kabula. Start the execution. Oh, jeez. Yep, it was a boss fight. Good thing we prepped a little bit. I'm not even sure what they throw. I can't remember this. I remember beating it. I think I did so through sheer brute force. Left, left. Okay. So we should probably battle prep, but let me look at them real quick. This one. Alright, that's the one that we have to take down first. So the first thing we're going to do... I think, honestly, who should go first? Who should be the fastest? I want to say Kongal should go first, just for sheer damage. So I am going to speed them up. Other words, I'm afraid they'll be way too slow in this fight. Let's speed down that one. Hopefully that'll stall for some time. And Kongal is up. We could Psy-Bomb all of them at this point. I'm going to Magic Shield Kongal. Because we know how affected they are by spells. That brings Meru back up. So this was probably I don't know. So far it feels like we're doing okay. I am going to go ahead and Psy-Bomb all of them right off the bat, because we'll do Dragoon after that. Trying to be tactical about this if I can. But John did say to focus that one on the left. Oh, okay, they have high magic resist. Didn't do as much as I thought across the board. I don't know what that did. Nothing right off the bat. We did take a little damage there. Do I have anything else that will help us? Because that won't block anything. That's minor enemies. We'll power down on that. I'm hoping... I need Kongal to come up next. They did, thankfully. Now I'm going to go Dragoon. So far, the order of this battle has been very good for me. At least my plan of attack that I was coming up with. Let's see if Kongal brings the pain. I think Big Boy can do it. We should get automatic damage here too, which is nice. Now we focus that left one. Oh, yeah, Kongo did 1,600 damage to it in one go. That was nice. Oh, that might auto-do us in. I don't know. Yeah, it just did a combat to Kongo of all things. Wait, I thought the magic block would block that. Well, that was poopy. Technically, that should have blocked it, because it was a spell. Well, well. The good news is that it attacked them, so I'm not really mad about it, because I do have this. Sadly, they just lose their buff. But already the left one's gone, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, they count it as a status condition? Oh, wasn't that cheeky of them? I was gonna say, I thought that might happen, so I used the magic shield, but it didn't work. Wait, that should have revived them, didn't it? No? Oh, I actually thought that that revived them, and it didn't. Well, that was most unfair. I wouldn't have used that if I'd known that that was going to happen. That's alright. Silly me, I think I was thinking of Miranda's ability that resurrects them. Oh, but Kongo's not going to get the XP. That makes me mad. I don't think I can blow through Dragoon fast enough to get them up. Well, we did save before this, so I may have to restart it. I didn't realize that that was going to happen and I wouldn't be able to get them up. Yeah, I figured that out the hard way. But thank you, John and Cormac. I'm going to see if I can't keep them alive long enough to do the other. This one's healing, so I want to get rid of it. Of course, I keep missing, but that's okay. I'm just trying to get rid of Dragoon so somebody can res Kongo. Not really worried about it at this point. I just want the XP. Beating them's not a very big problem. Is it the dragon? No, I think Miranda does have an ability that works to res one character. Oh, all my physical attacks are missing. Interesting. Oh, I just want to get rid of her because her animations are way too long. They're pretty, but they're just too long. I don't understand why she's attacking so fast either. Mura should be faster. But we'll get it. If we hadn't missed those two attacks, she wouldn't even be an issue right now. Hopefully magic can hit her, because everything else is missing. Ah, there we go. She's gone, so that's not too bad. Muru just needs to burn out her Dragoon to res the other character. I'm not going to hit the button. I just want to do a single attack. I'm hoping that one will live long enough that I can res Kongal. How much does she have? Oh, good. She's only got one more. That's good. I'll just do this, and it'll heal these two characters back up and pop her out. This should be okay. If I can just avoid Dart actually taking out the main dude. It'd be nice. Is there a way? There isn't in Dragoon form. There's no way to pass on your abilities. That's okay. At least Muru is out. Let's hope that Muru triggers again. Oh no, it's Dart. If Dart takes them out, I'm going to have to reload the battle because I really want Kongal to get the XP. That's way too much XP on a boss fight to lose. Yay, here we go. You weren't kidding, John, about taking the left one out first. That'd have been annoying if they'd kept doing that. What should Kongal do? Oh no, probably attack. Gets up and the first thing they do is go Incredible Hulk on him. Very good. Yeah, that would have... Oh, wow. I would have missed 12,000 XP on poor Kongal. It worked out. This is why you have to keep a raise or two handy. Master, hurry to God. Rebels against So's will overcome me. Oh, glitched machine's gone. The signet sphere is over there. Do you get aggroed here? I hope so. So we beat the 3 executioners. Do we want to leave, or do we go forward with this whole part? I'm not really sure. That's 1 down. Which is good, because we just want to heal. I don't think there's a good heal up anywhere around here. This is just a hill run. Oh, I was hoping to get a little XP there, but she got countered. La la. Kongal gets a good bit back per hill, right? Yeah, they do. Dart's already full health. They've got 1 Dragoon level back. And Maru's just about full health. Yes. Let's see if I can't keep that thing from attacking us. Things you've got to do when there's not an auto hill somewhere. I will do this because if it's going to attack one of us, I'd rather go after Congo who's blocking. And that just helps their SP gain, so that's all good. Alright, Maru has a Dragoon level. Everybody's got one Dragoon level, that's pretty good. I don't think we'll need anything else. I just wanted to make sure we were all full heal. Oops, didn't do that one quite right. They all have a little bit of SP. I think each one can at least turn into a Dragoon, and that's what I needed. Okay, let me look this up just to be sure. I don't want to interrupt anyone. I just want to know, should I go to the Signet Sphere next or not? Because I know there's other things that you can do in the town. Yes, we just got through this and keeps the cyberspace gaming. And so we beat those three. I'm not worried about them. Oh, I guess this is the last section. I don't see any other boss fights. I think that was it. There's a bunch of different random encounters here. Because it says you can change the laws again down there. I just want to make sure I can go back to the Law City. We just won't save back over. We'll save this little part here, because we can always return. Overall, the fight was pretty good. I just messed up in one little regard there. Ooh, the Signet Sphere, thing we've been chasing for the whole episode. Well, we'll get it now. The Signet Sphere. He's done it. It is losing its magic power. This moon dagger is serving as proof. How on earth did he get here? Because they're a bad guy that just does what they want. Now, the sky is one of my roads too. Father. Can you hear the movements of the God of Destruction? As if a hymn to the new world. It sounds like an outcry of the world to me. With that outcry, Shauna will be reborn to the God who no longer knows you. She desires that too. She does not. You'll see when you meet her. But for Shauna, you're a mere object to be destroyed. He is not Zeeg. Then who is he? We will find out in the city of the last signet sphere. I will in Mayville. Z can fly. Yeah. They're also just simply a bad guy that gets whatever they want. I do laugh when they make the ultimate bad guy in a storyline just all powerful for no reason. Oh, okay. It's after Mayville you can't return to the map. Okay, thank you, John. That's actually what I was curious about. I'm going to use the thingy here so it'll get bright on screen. I'm not interested in this. I want to get back. There's actually a totally legit reason he can fly. Oh, I know, Cormac. I meant, like, just the fact that Zeke gets whatever he wants throughout the entire story. Like, he's always one step ahead. It's like every good movie where the bad guy just always seems to be that one step ahead until the very end. But the monologuing gets me. Because the bad guy... Hello, Ivory. I hope you're having a good day, friend. Thank you for the lurk. But where he lands in front of 7 Dragoons and then just pushes Dart aside, it's a bit unrealistic. In reality, if you landed among 7 heroes who had the same power as you, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't walk out of that alive. But no, Zeke just comes in, does that, and flies away like it's nothing. Thank you for getting that shout out, Nam. Oh, we don't have to save, I don't think, here. So we have to go to the teleport device. Okay, so John, if I understand you correct, then I'd have to do the Faust fight before we go off to the Mayfield. I might be wrong about that. It's okay, I wanted to go and pick up a couple items before Mayfield anyway. Did you already change the law? I didn't change the law for Mayfield yet. If that's what you're asking, I did forget to do that. I didn't change it so I could go there. But after you beat the boss, you can't return? Oh, okay. No, I'd have to change the law for Mayfield. So what you're saying is I can go to the location and unlock it. Of course, that's saying I actually changed the law to do so. Determine the destination. Oh boy, I have to go back to this legislation center. You can do the optional dragons though. Oh, I want to do optional fights. Where are they? I've been enjoying doing all the optional fights because, as I've said, I've played this game a few times, and I've beaten it a few times. But I was really young, and I just didn't have the patience to look for optional things. I just ran around trying to do the storyline in. Oh, I agree. I'd like to get the extra XP. You've seen, my team is woefully well, they're not underpowered. They have good gear. They're just not really high levels. Oh, so I'm not alone in knowing that they're optional. I'm supposed to be able to do this without them being here. There we go. Yes, we want to revise another bill. Let me see. What was... I wrote that down. We need the one to go to Mayfield. That is 410. Setting the teleporting device connected to Death City Mayfield shall be disconnected. Setting of the teleporting device connection to Death City Mayfield shall not be disconnected. Is issued. Take this to Law Factory. Okay. Gotta do the whole little jumping around thing. I wondered what would happen if you enabled Mayfield before beating the executioners. I don't know. Would it send you to the jail, maybe? That's a good question. I should have tried that for science. We have seen this city so much today. Well, that's why I titled it that. I wanted to give people a fair warning where I was. It is the Law City. At least it had a boss fight. We have to go to the factory. We've gotten all the items here too, which is nice. This is a little, I don't know. It's kind of a nice place to grind. It's not that bad. I do have enough money to buy some more items, so I might go ahead and get one more a good item before we end up in Mayfield. I don't have to do that today. I can do that later. I didn't know that. I thought they'd just lose it. Oh, thank you, John. I'm glad you shared that with me. I didn't know that. I honestly thought it was like most traditional RPGs. You just lost it. They'll have the buff when they revive. Oh, well, that explains why Kongo got to go first. Speedrunner told me that today. Oh, that was terribly nice of them. That's good. What a process to get these laws through. Oh, jeez. He said Albert's Rose... Albert's Rose Storm may work the same way. Useful information, friend. However, I don't know if that'll benefit you in your playthrough with no hills. Because you're not rezzing them, right? Useful for another completionist playthrough, maybe. So if Albert uses Rose Storm, all damage is cut in half. But then if they go down, you res them and it would work again. And if Albert dies, it may make Rose Storm last forever. Oh. Well, isn't that that's very interesting, John. I didn't know about that. I know I did a shout out for you, John. I'm putting this back up there because I know you're going to stream the other, and I have Dragoon players who are here in the room, so they might want to see more Dragoon. And I know John loves Dragoon. I think they are going to stream their no hill run. So if you're enjoying watching me play a casual playthrough and you want to see something more hardcore, I believe John is going to do like a no hill run where they don't revive or hill. It sounded quite interesting, actually, if not a bit frustrating. All the more reason to watch it, though. Well, I look forward to it. I just hope that I'll get to catch parts of it while I'm at work. There we go. I think we're about to have... Okay, so we have the ability to go to Mayfield. So John, if I understood you correctly, I can go to Mayfield and do that little beginning without getting locked out of the map, right? It's just as long as I don't beat the boss. And I'm asking because, you know, we still have the Faust fight. I don't want to get locked out of being able to do that. Oh, this city running. Oh, jeez. Kapoof. We're back up here. Let's see. Oops. Oops. Random fight. It's okay. We have the Psy Bomb. Boo, 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 boo. The music here is a little different than the other battle music, so at least that's nice. Oops, I forgot. I'm actually... I don't have my farming gear set up. We're just set up on standard old boss fight. Oh well. Muru, don't go missing. Did any of my characters need to heal? Oh, Kongol just needs to go, I get it. Might as well do that while we're here. I have a chance to go ahead and make sure everybody's all set up. We'll probably go somewhere else to heal, so it's not that big of a deal. I love doing this, by the way. These repeatable items, I have to thank all of you guys for making me go get them all. It makes the game more enjoyable. Ah, there we go. At least we've got most of our Dragoon power back. Yeah, after I looked at it, the money and XP here, this isn't a horrible farming spot. If you're decently leveled and you have the Psy Bomb, you get away with a good bit of XP and money. And since there's a store nearby, it's not too bad. It's kind of a shame that we don't have a healing spot. Okay, here we are, making our little save. Our team did very well today. We're going to do a test real quick. I want to go to Mayfield just to see if there's the cutscene and the other there. That's in here, right? Ooh, that was a really cool animation. It was quick. Oh, look at that. What a crazy teleport. Just slung us across the world. back down in the middle of the map. Oh, there goes Sieg. Over 11,000 years and it still leads souls, Jack. Maybe it is connected to the Devil Doom. But it doesn't matter now. The plan determined by Soa will drink everything to the last drop. Oh, you got new demos for the Galaxy phone? Ooh, that sounds fun. So you get to play with the new Galaxy. How is it? Oh, well, you just got them. Maybe you haven't played with them yet. Let's see what the random fights are here. I think it's the same as a Gallus. Oh, no, it looks different. One of them's different. I don't recognize that one. If you don't like bright lights, don't look. I'm using Psybomb. I just wanted to test something. Oh, I don't need to tap it. I'm pretty sure I'll vanquish them with just this. All zombie enemies, yeah. That's right, because this is the death area. Okay. John, I have to thank you for getting me that. For telling me to get the repeatable version. It's so fun. We'll probably have to save the rest of Death City for another episode. Rose, what is that? When there was still Winglies here, they used to suck souls from all over the world into that huge tower, so they could decide the destination of their souls. But why? You want to say it should have been destroyed during the Dragon campaign, don't you? Both the Gellus and Zenebatos were working. It shouldn't be that strange. But we destroyed this place completely, so that they could never play with the souls. But maybe this is... Do the souls that can't completely die gather here? I don't like this. But whatever happens, as long as the moon is in the sky, we are fine. The Signet Sphere is still safe. Hurry up, we have to get there before Dad. Weird calling him Dad. Okay. I know that they're supposed to be hurrying up and everything, but I want to make sure I save this for later. If you're on a time crunch, you can probably do Fabran and Rigol real quick. Where are they here in Mayfield, John? Or are they back somewhere else? Hold on, I'll just have to look that up. Fabran, our old friend from the very beginning of the game. I'm not sure what the yes was to, because I've already teleported. Oh, it's okay, I'll Google it real quick. If I can. Actually, it's just gonna... No. Battle at Mayfield. Okay, it is in Mayfield. The second time the Dragoons encounter Fabran is Mayfield. It's optional to face them. And keep attacking. Oh, it is in Mayfield. I might be able to do one. No, we're kind of running out of time for... I did want to do... Yeah, we might have time for one of them. Let's go back and look. Let's see if we have time. Maybe I wouldn't mind getting another boss fight in. Mayfield will be its own episode, though, and then... Oh, I know. I have to ask, John, should I do Faust before we do Mayfield? I have to schedule that because I want to make that I want to make a big deal out of it, hopefully, if all goes well. This is the soul of Freybrand, the green-tusked dragon. That is Freybrand. It came out in response to the dragon spirit of Albert. You said the souls that couldn't completely die gather here. Is that the same for dragons? Yes, probably the defeat by humans, who were supposed to be less powerful than them, became a burden on their soul. If we kill it again, we can probably break the attachment. But we don't have time to deal with them. No, we don't. I feel sorry, but we have to catch up with Sieg, or the world will end. Oh, that's mean. They make you think that you can't have time to do this. It seems we tempted it into fighting us. There's no choice. We have no time. I'll cut your attachment now. Divine Dragon is tough. Beat the 3 dragons first. Don't do the final boss here until after Faust. Oh, well, thank you for telling me that. Very, very good. I'm glad to hear that will be good. Good, good, good. Thank you, John. That'll give us a good idea of where we're going to be. I'm just going to do some buffing. I'm not too worried about this creature because I believe it's the exact same thing that we fought before. Oh geez, well, we do good damage even with a weak ability. Oh, there it is, it came up. In like a shadow form? Interesting. I'm not even sure we all need to teleport. Like, I was going to transform us all to beat it, but it's got the same hit points, then it's not very strong. I mean, I can just to do it. We're running out of time, actually, for the show, so... why not? I think I'll only need one of them in Dragoon anyway, and she can get hers built back up quickly. And Mura's so fast, why not? Let's just cast on it. Why shouldn't we? Oh, I guess I could have thrown Psy Bomb first. It's okay, Dark can do that. So it doesn't, this is the thing. If it's supposed to be the same as the original Freybrand, it wouldn't have that many hit points, because it wasn't that strong to begin with. I just remember it causes a lot of status effects. Let's power down it. I never read the dialogue. Well, you got to see it now. Maru throwing some magic down on it. This one should do a lot more. I think this thing has more hit points than the original one. I'll have to look that up, but it feels like it's got a lot more hit points. Because it took on all those attacks and it's still blue? Maybe not now. No, it's not blue anymore. Shame I can't stun it. I think that was a stun move. Still have enough magic to... Should I just go ahead and heal everyone? Most of them are not all that damaged. Did that do it in? Nope, that didn't quite get it. Maybe we'll end it this way. Why? Because I have it and I want to throw it. It's the bright light bomb. Oh geez. And that was dark. I probably could have ended this a lot faster, couldn't I, without that? Really good XP. Well, that didn't take any time at all. Now the soul of Feybrand is saved. Yes, probably. Now let's get going. Well, that's one down. I'm wondering if I shouldn't do all the fights and then make them. No, I think I'll leave those. We accomplished a lot of good things today. And we just got a bunch of money in XP. I kind of need to spend the money. I think Faust might be the next episode. So we're going to do the 2 dragons, then we'll do Faust. So the next episode's going to be an all boss fight episode, I guess. And this will be a big deal because I've never done Faust. In all the times I've played this game, I never thought to do Faust. I even had 50 powders, I think, in one of the... I think it was my second playthrough. I got all the dust and I didn't know what to do with it. So what I'll probably do is... don't necessarily have to do that on stream. We'll probably fly to one of the towns and pick up some goodies. I mean, after all, what's the gold doesn't do us any good holding on to it. I only need a little bit of gold when we get to the moon, I think. Because I want to get Kongol's armor. At that point, we'll be truly in the last part of it. Oh, speaking of which, John, did you finish? I forgot to ask you that, friend. I didn't see if you had. I knew you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The last day there, and I didn't know if you'd actually finished your main Dragoon file. Oh, just as I'm about to leave. It's like, no, you got one more little fight in ya. Do. Bird's fast. Actually, I think it just dice rolls for one or the other. one side gets to go and the other side doesn't. I believe that's how that works. Oh, Kongol's not very good with this ability, but we're going to use it anyway. I think they could still take them out. Because we're just about to wrap up things. I'm getting ready for lunch, and it is about my time to eat and get off to a nap. I do have to work a little bit, as I was kidding earlier in the show. We spent all of our time in a city doing paperwork. Well, guess what? I have to do that tonight. Oh, Albert leveled. Would you like to have wings? Yes, I would. I think we're going to end up going back to the other town and collecting up some goodies. I'm not really sure what I'll get, but I'll pick up something to help us with the next fight set, because we are going to do Faust. I think for now, we're just going to land outside Denigrad. And I'll save it there for the night. Then I'll remember that I needed to go back and buy some stuff. Because this was so fun. You know, it's one of the more boring parts of the show, of the playthrough, because we had to spend so long switching the laws around in Zenebatos. But I had fun along the way. And it was pretty funny, because I've never done all of the different laws before, and we turned off a bunch of things. Let's see. Our current team is looking pretty good. Darts at 37, Kongo 35, Muru at 35. Thankfully, we were able to get Kongo up before the fight ended with the boss. So we'll end out just talking for a bit. I'm going to check the wonderful world of Twitch. See what of our friends are on. Poke around, see what's going on. A big thank you for everybody who was here with me today, cheering me on as I got through one of the more boring sections of the game. It was a lovely time. I mean, we did a lot, though. We basically beat Law City Zenebatos, so I accomplished my goal. And we also got to face Feybrand again. Sadly, they were about as weak as they were when we first encountered them. Let's see, what would you all like to go see? There's a couple people on right now. Let me check this out real quick while we're waiting around, unless somebody has recommendations. I'm just going to see who is streaming what. There's a lot of different games on right now. I've got Metal Gear Solid 2, Mafia 3, Pokemon Coliseum. I haven't seen Pokemon Coliseum in an age. Thank you for getting those raid messages, Nem. Much appreciated. I think we're going to go and see somebody that we've never seen before. I was going to go over and see Angry Barman. I love their channel. But there's Pokemon Coliseum, and I haven't seen that in an age. And I think that'll make their day. They've been over here a few times. So we're going to go see Bohi, because they just started streaming. I just saw them. They've only been up for about an hour. I think it would just be a nice thing to go and say hi to them. They've been over in our community talking and visiting us. So why not go back and say hi to them for a bit? I will do this. I'm going to shout this out, because I know my good friend Angry is on as well. I will probably be a little bit in both rooms. So if you're not interested in Pokemon, you can head over to Angry's room, because we're just about to wrap up things here. But I do want to take the raid over to... I just recently met them, and they've been in our community, as I said. Their name is Bohi. And I'm all about helping smaller streamers out and my friends. Plus, I mean, I haven't seen Pokemon Coliseum. I have to find out if they're playing that on the N64. I haven't seen that in so long. So we're going to set that up. On the end screen, we're going to go over there. Again, I thank everybody for being here today. It was a wonderful time. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. Let me put this up one last time if you didn't get the Discord invite earlier. But I will be working on the Discord off and on throughout the rest of the week. Hopefully I'll get some things fixed up over there. And I will be back again tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing. It'll either be Minecraft or Pokemon. I haven't decided yet. Thanks for the stream. Oh, well, thank you, Nem, for the raid earlier, and thank you for being here and all the mod work you do. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your time over with Bohi, and I will see everybody later tonight.